Innovative Pro Wrestling. Streaming now, only on TitleMatchNetwork.com. Sign up now and get it free. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more clips just like this.
Oh my God!
What? All right.
The killer! Nick fucking Gage.
It kind of seems that this crowd was waiting for Nick Gage.
If there's anyone who reminds me most of the loose cannon, it is this crazy psycho motherfucker who happens to have a very nice beard.
I mean, it's all right.
Nick Gage's beard is very underrated.
I am experiencing beard envy here, actually.
His beard deserves more recognition.
What similarities do you see between Nick effing Gage and the original Loose Cannon?
Just the willingness to not give a fuck. That's all it takes to be somebody unpredictable, to be somebody influential, to be somebody impactful in this business. You have to not give a single fuck.
That's pretty much how I got here.
ECW.
The IPW fans all behind Nick effing Gage. Oh, daddy.
The Hitman.
Mr. Grimm, the Hitman for Hire, again, making his name known in the world of pro wrestling, hitting in these rings, in these streets. An amazing competitor from the Dirty Dirty.
Now, how do you feel about this match ending with Nick Gage in a body bag?
I think those chances are high. Mr. Grimm is not somebody you want to run into in the proverbial dark alley.
I mean,
much like you.
Not for nothing.
You're a creep.
If you had to run into one of these two psychotic individuals in a dark alley, who are you picking?
I mean, listen, at least if I run into Nick Gage, I may not end up in a body bag. I may be hurt a little bit.
I mean, to me,
ring that bell, baby.
I've actually had a match against the Hitman myself.
How'd that turn out for you?
It turned out all right.
Did you wind up in a body bag?
I came home with the victory, my friend.
All right. You're still sitting here, so I guess you did
I'm no Nick Gage, but I think the Hitman has done a lot of soul searching since his match with me.
You may be no Nick Gage, but you, my friend, have superstar written all over you.
Tried to clothesline him over, but just didn't have enough momentum.
Grimm was fighting him off. Grimm is no pushover.
Not at all.
No, Grimm is a very solid foundation.
I feel terrible for whoever set these chairs up because pretty sure that seating chart is over. Haggerty, get down there and get between these two. They're
not my type. I don't think it's in anyone's best interest to get between these two gentlemen here.
Well,
Mr. Grimm pops up after that beating. Like you said, Gino, Grimm he's no joke. He is a serious competitor, a tremendous superstar.
So are you calling Nick Gage a joke?
Oh, never. Nick Gage, the IPW fans know him well. He's got the chair. He is a master of mayhem.
Now, some people...
A student of the game of destruction.
Pillman, back me up on this. They would see the hard plastic chair and be like, oh, who cares? It's a hard plastic chair. But that is worse than one of our steel folding chairs because at least there's some give when you clock somebody in the skull with the steel chair. But this hard plastic, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, the chairs at this event are not quite suited for combat, that's for sure. These are chairs that are suited for sitting.
But I mean, of course, it's wrestling, so it must be gimmicks, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm a professional wrestler. I'm not a gimmick, so I don't
even know what that means.
I don't even know what kayfabe means.
Okay, that was actually
Gage
the
throwing
broad
Mr.
that
Grimm back in the ring.
I brought before later.
Nick Gage and
Grimm
Simon Grimm connecting in the middle with a spine buster.
And puts him down.
What is he looking for? Because he scares me every time he looks this way.
Bet hope he's not looking for you.
Bro, if Nick Gage comes over here asking about anything, I've got 3 words. The brother did it. It's a whitewash fake kick right to Mr. Grimm. That was Rhino-esque. See,
the crowd
Grimm,
chanting for one more time, but Mr. Grimm is not having that. He rolled out the ring.
He heard that. He's like, you're not getting me one more time.
He's like, nah, son. Mr. Grimm trying to hightail it. Is he going hitting the door?
The hitman looks like he's hitting the road.
Oh, no, the hitman just hit back.
Innovative Pro 2, the hitman strikes back.
Stomping out the former CZW World Champion, Nick Gage. This is a tremendous opportunity for Mr. Grimm to show himself, to prove himself, rather, against someone who was established in this business.
That's true. Nick Gage made a name for himself in the hardcore lifestyle of CZW. However, Mr. Grimm spits on everything that Gage has accomplished, and he's saying it's his time right here, right now, in the IPW.
Now, Brian, this may be one of those moments that we talked about earlier when you got to step up and step out. Can Mr. Grimm come out of himself to take down such a tremendous superstar?
You know, it's going to be tough, especially when you consider the tear that Nick Gage has been going on. The amount of people on Nick Gage's list. Both of these men are no stranger to being hitmen, to being mercenaries. Simon Grimm's not the only one taking hits.
I mean, obviously, taking on either one of these two would be another walk in the park for you. But if you had to choose to defend your future IPW heavyweight title against, would you go with Mr. Grimm or Nick Gage?
If I'm a betting man, I'm going to bet on myself against Mr. Grimm because I know his moveset. Nick Gage is somebody that is on a entirely different level.
He's just unpredictable. He doesn't have a moveset. He just hurts people.
And I'm a true sport. I'm a true pro at its core.
Have you thought about stepping into the hardcore arena?
You know, I thought about it. I thought, how can I get the most out of my body, the most bang for my buck? You know, you've only got one set of skin. You only got 2 knees.
You only live one life, my friend.
And I think, and a big power slam.
Mr. Grimm with the power.
Simon Grimm is woken up.
Ooh, 2.
From
only
his
a 2 count.
slumber, and he is now ready to deliver the pain to Nick Gage.
What a move by Mr. Grimm, showing the power and explosiveness that we've come to expect from this young man. Showing it to the ring veteran. Gotta respect it, brothers.
The last time we were here for IPW, Nick Gage was supposed to take on Danny Moff. However, he was injured, and it looks like Mr. Grimm wants that spot, and he's going to go through Nick Gage to take it.
He's wasting time.
Mr. Grimm
wasting time. You gotta
all
keep
of his
up on him, man.
fans
You gotta
here
keep on him.
in Ridgewood, New Jersey. I hope you don't plan on looking for an apartment in Ridgewood, because this is just way beneath you.
Nick Gage whips Mr. Grimm into the ropes. Oh, Mr. Grimm with that power. Kicks him down.
Double feet right to the chest. Squash in the corner. Coming around for round 2. Back elbow.
Mr. Grimm learned his lessons. Keeping up the attack on Nick Gage. A man who's been in the ring.
Springboard.
With the
forearm.
likes of Drew Gulak. With the likes of other superstars in this business. Big names in this business, I should say. His experience level, man, you really can't quantify it. Like I said before, Mr. Grimm has got his work cut out for him tonight. So you better keep up on him. All that bravado and showing off to these IPW fans, who are great, by the way, is not going to get it done.
Yeah.
Mr. Grimm just looks beat up and hurt. But he's still got that hard head right to the face of Nick Gage, up on his shoulders. Rolling Death Valley driver. And Gage's ribs might not still be where they started off this match.
Those ribs
Vicious
might be broken. Those ribs might be broken. Oh, my God. All that pressure of Mr. Grimm. He's a wide-bodied individual. He looks, he's built like an offensive lineman.
The crowd is split.
Mr. Grimm with the middle finger to the IPW fans.
Simon Grimm marking his prey. Goes for a knee, but no!
That was one of the nastiest backstabbers I've ever seen. But
As ironic
Grimm
as
still
it
kicking
sounds,
out.
the Hitman has been stabbed in the back.
It's poetic justice, my friend.
A big suplex, Falcon
How
Arrow.
did he get that big body up like that?
Oh,
How is Mr. Grimm kicking out of these moves?
He's not dumb enough to stay down.
Nick Gage is
Brian, what do you think is
confused.
What do you think is driving Mr. Grimm right now? He's getting his you-know-what handed to him.
It's just having wrestled Mr. Grimm, just having been in the ring with him and having to deal with that intensity. Something he does have is an insane level of conditioning. He just doesn't get tired. As much as he takes, he gives back. He is truly a body bag of meat and strength and athleticism. But Nick Gage is a killer. And the pounce from out of nowhere.
Destroying, absolutely wiping out Mr. Gage.
Monty Brown just rolled over in his grave because Mr. Grimm just became the master of the pounce. Nick Gage has no idea where he is.
Mr. Grimm, he senses the kill. This might be it. Lariat! Oh my
Discus
God.
lariat.
Laid him out.
Pulled
with
him
the
towards the
lariat.
center of the ring. There we go. One,
With the cover.
two, and that's your bolt.
Ooh, 2. Quick 2 count.
2? Is he telling me that it's only a 2, or is that how many hairs he's got on the top of his head? 2. Did he give me the finger?
No, sir. Stop drinking. Nick Gage and Mr. Grimm, both the worst for wear right now. This has been an intense matchup, to say the least.
Ooh, Grimm looks pissed.
Grimm is giving it everything he's got against the former champion.
Mr. Grimm pulling the trigger, putting 2 behind the back of the ear of the proverbial head of Nick Gage.
Mr. Grimm sizing up the opponent. Sizing up Gage. Gage catches him. With the
Pile
power.
driver.
Oh! Into the pile driver. Mr. Grimm, delirious. 2.
Oh,
Somehow,
like I
some
said,
way.
like I talked about earlier,
Mr. Grimm,
despite
still
his
delirious.
size, he has
Well, he's got that big, thick neck.
some of
so
the
if
best
you drop him on
conditioning
it,
in an
he's still
athlete
got
I've
some
ever
left.
seen or witnessed or battled against. He blew me up in our match, and I got lucky.
Brian, when we talk about the size, like Gino just mentioned, is that what is keeping Mr. Grimm alive, especially after an explosive move like that? Oh, he got another one. Before
Well,
you
the fact
answer
of the
that.
matter is Nick Gage is having to use a lot of steam.
Oh, with the 3 count, Nick Gage gets the victory.
Right there is where the big-ass body of Mr.
Wow.
Grimm counted against him because he had all that weight coming down
Yeah,
on that neck.
and he just collapsed.
But like you said, Brian, Nick Gage expending a lot
Nick
of power and energy.
Gage,
to
and
take
his
out
middle
Mr.
name
Grimm.
is fucking.
Innovative Pro Wrestling. Streaming now only on TitleMatchNetwork.com. Sign up now and get it free. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more clips just like this.